Saint starting it. Theo and Leo's apartment. Day. Sunlight streams into a meticulously organized apartment, illuminating walls lined with bookshelves, groaning under the weight of theological texts. In the center of the room, Theo and Leo are hunched over an open copy of the Old Testament, their faces masks of intense concentration. They are deeply engrossed in a debate, their voices hushed but fervent, about the precise allegorical significance of the linen garments prescribed in Leviticus 16:4, completely oblivious to the bustling modern world just outside their window. Theo adjusts his spectacles, pointing a scholarly finger at the passage, while Leo counters with a citation from a 3rd century commentary, his hands gesturing with academic passion. A deafening crash from the adjacent apartment shatters their sanctified bubble of intellectualism. The sound is followed by a series of muffled thuds and a frustrated sigh that penetrates the wall. A moment later, a series of cheerful but firm knocks lands on their door. Theo and Leo exchange a look of mild alarm before Leo cautiously opens it. Standing in the hallway is Grace, their new neighbor, her face flushed in her bright modern clothing, a stark contrast to their muted academic attire. She offers a breathless, apologetic smile. "Hi, so sorry about the noise," she says, gesturing over her shoulder. "I'm Grace. I just have this one last box and it's weirdly shaped. Any chance you guys could help?" Her eyes drift past them, landing on their wall of books, her expression shifting from apologetic to utterly bewildered by the scene within. After successfully maneuvering a large, abstract metal sculpture into her sparsely furnished apartment, Grace gratefully offers them water. "You guys are lifesavers," she exclaims. "I'm in a total time crunch for this gallery show. It's a spiritual art project and I'm totally blocked." The word spiritual hangs in the air, and Theo and Leo's eyes light up with a shared profound misunderstanding. They see not abstract expressionism, but a cry for theological guidance. "Spiritual, you say?" Theo says, his academic demeanor returning. "We would be delighted to consult. An accurate spiritual foundation is critical for any significant work." Grace, thinking they mean a vague New Age kind of support, agrees enthusiastically, not realizing their interpretation is rooted in centuries of biblical literalism. The consultation begins the next day and immediately veers into chaos as Grace tries to weld a new piece onto her sculpture. Theo attempts to apply the geometric principles of Solomon's Temple to her wildly abstract design, producing complex diagrams on a whiteboard. A friend of theirs, Barney, who has tagged along, tries to evangelize Grace's art supplies, earnestly suggesting she could achieve a purer color palette by mixing holy water into her acrylic paints. Meanwhile, Sister Agnes, a stoic nun who is part of their study group, sits quietly in the corner with a calculator, silently tabulating the statistical probability of Grace completing her project on time, given the escalating level of well-intentioned interference. Grace's cheerful demeanor finally cracks. She puts down her welding torch, her face a mask of pure frustration. "Guys, I appreciate the help. I really do. But this isn't making any sense. It's an abstract sculpture, not a tabernacle." She feels completely misunderstood, her artistic vision buried under an avalanche of peculiar suggestions. Seeing her distress, Leo steps forward, placing a calming hand on Theo's arm. He turns to Grace, his expression gentle. "Grace," he begins softly, "I know our methods are specific, but please understand, our intentions are genuine. We only want to help you create something meaningful." His sincerity cuts through her frustration. Looking at the earnest faces of Theo, Leo, and even Barney, Grace perceives the genuine kindness beneath their staggering eccentricities. A small, reluctant smile touches her lips. With a sigh that is part exasperation and part amusement, she picks up her torch. "Okay," she concedes, "let's try it your way. Let's see what happens." That evening, they extend an invitation. "You should join us for our weekly Bible study and board game night," Leo offers. It's quite enlightening. The final scene shows the unlikely group gathered around a table in Theo and Leo's apartment. Barney and a quietly observing Agnes are there as well. They are playing a sprawling, impossibly complex board game titled Journeys of the Patriarchs. Grace, a look of profound bewilderment mixed with a hint of a smile on her face, stares at the convoluted rulebook. She's trying to understand why moving her token requires her to correctly cite a passage from the Book of Numbers, setting the stage for many more comedic clashes and the slow, strange formation of an unlikely friendship. Saint Nana